Hey, what's going on, everybody? Quick disclaimer for this episode. We talked about our new product line for the first about 25 minutes or so of the podcast. So if it's boring you too much or you're not interested in that part of the podcast, skip ahead about 25 minutes to tune in to the rest of T-Box Talk. Thank you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to T-Box Talk, episode 40. Today on the podcast, just going to be me and Josh. Will is out of the office with a bit of the COVID. But today on the podcast, we're going to be discussing, we teased it last week. We're going to open the podcast with talking about the new products that we're going to be launching in the next couple months at OMADA Golf. We are extremely excited about them and excited to actually dive into the details about them. We're going to go into a bit of a weekend roundup, followed by NFL playoffs. It is conference championship weekend. Some would argue it is better than the Super Bowl this weekend. We got two games, epic games, top four teams in the NFL. It's going to be amazing. And then we'll close out with the tech corner, talking about pieces of technology or something going on in the tech world today. Very excited to talk about it. I'm here with Josh, and let's get right into it. Where do you want to start? I think we have to start with the Atlas, personally, because I think that is something I think you probably worked on the longest.
Yeah, I mean, here's where I'll start is because we can start with that one first, but here's what I'll say is we've been super annoying on this podcast talking about new products, this and that. You know, we've hinted and we've given Easter eggs all along the way and different parts of our content. And I'm not saying that there's like loads of, there's not like millions of customers out there like waiting for the next launch, but there's honestly a pretty cool little community that we've built that's, one, using our products and two, enjoying the content. And I think people are going to be really excited to see what we come out with because we're not just going from like a one product company to being like, a 3-product company or something, or even a 4 or 5-product company. What we've been doing is basically in the last year and a half, I don't know where along the way it was that I had this revelation, but there was a point where I realized that whatever we did with the Tri-Light, that we could replicate and expand the brand into being sort of just like an all-encompassing golf entity. And I love competing. I want to compete with the best in the world. We all want to compete with the best in the world. And, we feel that our strategy has been as effective or more effective than many of our competitors, if not all of our competitors. And also, I think we've just had such a blast with engaging with the community and customers and building products that, are really cool and innovative and fun and branded, super elegantly. And so what I'll say is this. We've been designing products and actual SKUs, like different items that even if they're like the same model item, different SKUs, there are over 50 different SKUs that are going to be brand new. Mm-hmm. And this is not apparel. This is like, we've got, I'll just overarch it and say we've got golf bags, we've got rangefinders, we've got waterproof hats, coolers, new push carts. We've got all this amazing stuff. And that's honestly, quite frankly, just the start. Yeah. That's not even like what we've really been working on behind the scenes. That's what we are ready to come to market with. But in the back end, there's even more in talks of going heavily into other spaces that I'm not even going to talk about because that's even further down the pipeline.
Yeah, and the reason we've been holding on to this stuff because you can't really tell your competitors what you're doing before you're doing it because you don't want people to follow in your tracks too closely. Now we feel like we're comfortable enough. Things are going to be landing soon. Like, we're going all in. And I think what happened was at OMADA Golf, we found ourselves in a bit of a niche with the push cart. Not everybody uses a push cart. Now we have products that literally everybody will be able to use. And we've built a method to our madness, and we are going to apply it to our new products, and it's going to be amazing. So let's get into it. The Atlas. What is the Atlas?
The Atlas is kind of like the crown jewel of the new lines because I'm not going to go into all the reasons and incentivize people to get into this category because
we don't want people in that
we don't want more people in the Atlas category. But basically the Atlas is this unbelievably designed. It looks like a piece of alien technology. It doesn't even look like it's from Earth. And it is so beautiful. It's completely custom designed with the most powerful system that basically exists within modern technology for rangefinders. And not only does this system power this Atlas like a supercharged, Corvette motor, but it also has different features that are completely functional that we felt were completely dysfunctional in what was being offered in the market. So in the Atlas, you're actually going to have, this is going to sound crazy. I'm not sure how big a problem this is for most people, but here's what I can tell you is that I've been playing golf a long time, and most of the people I play with have a rangefinder. And there's a lot of people that use apps. I used apps for a while, but it destroyed my phone battery, and quite frankly,
ate up a data plan.
It ate up data, but
everybody has unlimited data now.
But it wasn't even data for me. What it ended up being was there are two factors of why that doesn't work. One, satellite is not always accurate, and two, it doesn't actually calculate slope, which is like by far and large the biggest component to being able to tell what distance you are from something. Just because you're 70 yards in linear distance away from your target does not mean that the hill you're on compared to the hill you're trying to hit on is not a completely different distance. Mm-hmm. So if this rangefinder, not only does it have battery levels, and so you can tell there's 4 different light bars on the back that indicate how much power the Atlas has.
Which is crazy that not many rangefinders, if at all, were doing that, because I can't tell you how many times we've been golfing with some of our lazy friends. They take out their rangefinders didn't know it was dead. And
right.
It's dead. And now you're out with rangefinder the entire round.
Sounds stupid, right? But
such
literally
an easy convenience factor.
Not only have rangefinders not had the battery component the battery indicator / charging. You don't even know if you're charging your rangefinder. Most rangefinders that do have a battery. Yeah. The crazy part is most rangefinders don't even have an internal battery, and ours is powered by USB-C fast cable. So now you can charge it quick. You can know exactly when it's charging and how much battery it has at any point in time, whether you're on the course or at home. It's just fucking easy, man. It's just such a badass little product. And then in addition to that, it has a 700 yard range. 900 yard range is like how far it can shoot accurately distances. And then in addition to that, has it's at 7 times magnification, and it has a slope switch that is tournament legal.
Yes.
So
which is a big thing.
It is a big thing.
And we kind of learned that. I don't think we were even really going to concern ourselves with that. But then when we had Nicky Shanks in as an intern, he was like, oh, no, you have to have the red labeled slope indicator switch on it to use it in a golf tournament, in college golf, high school golf, etc. Right. And I think PGA Golf is actually bringing rangefinders in.
Yes.
The caddies are going to be allowed to use them. I'm sure they won't be allowed to do slope, but...
Yeah, I can't remember if they're using them in practice rounds or there's certain tournaments I think you can use them.
Yeah.
I would love to see.
Should do. I mean,
and I would love
why do we need the books?
I'd love to see a day where where the caddies can carry the bag on a push cart as well. Because I think it's bullshit that those caddies it's probably something that's not very talked about much, but I know we sell push carts and I don't want to be kind of annoying and sort of subjective. But objectively, if you're a caddy walking around with the bags that they have on the PGA Tour, I don't know if you've walked.
I've never caddied.
Have you ever walked 18 holes with your golf bag on your shoulder?
Yeah, as a kid when I couldn't get the carts. Yeah.
Did we walk 18?
Yeah, we used to walk 18.
Did we really?
Yeah, it sucked.
I remember being the one in Newport.
Yeah, Narragansett. It sucked.
I remember.
But I also had a junior bag that probably weighed 5 pounds.
And I had a half set clubs.
Yeah.
No, those PGA bags with all the shit that they got in there, those caddies are probably under tremendous duress when they do it. So I'd love to be able to, see that increase, and then also the ability to use range. You might as well use rangefinders. I don't see what the difference is.
They try to make it so you have to play the practice round and then map out the course and then know the distances from each thing and how it plays in the slow. It's okay, but it does just play.
But ultimately, how much of an advantage is it if everybody can use rangefinders?
And it is no advantage.
What's the advantage?
It's just saving time and making the caddy's job easier, which it should be. But yes, the Atlas. Also, the Atlas looks fucking sexy as hell.
Yeah. I mean, and it comes with Oh, here's one of the really cool things. The thing that I love about it. First off, it has a built-in magnet, so you can actually strap it to, you know, your electric golf cart. But then also we have a new attachment coming out that we're gonna right now we're gonna remain silent on the name of it and what it does. But let's just say it's going to be a means to connect your Atlas to your golf push cart that you've purchased from OMADA Golf.
Yes. Or really anything, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
or any push cart. But the point is, it's going to be sick. And in addition to that, even more of a selling point, you have this badass magnetic polyurethane carrying case that you can hook around your golf bag. And when you unzipper it, basically you have a magnetic latch that enables you to not have to zipper it back and forth if you wanted to keep it on your bag. Let's say you don't have that metal piece or you don't have something to connect the magnet to. You throw it right on your bag. It's polyurethane leather. It's unbelievably. It also has a belt hook on it, so you can actually hook it right up to your belt if you wanted to carry it on you. Thing's fucking awesome. I cannot wait for people to see it. Matter of fact, probably within the next 7 to 15 days, the release is going to happen, and we're going to open up the website for pre-orders on the Atlas.
Yeah, which should be very exciting.
Can I give one last piece? I know I've talked so long about this.
Well, the Atlas you spent a lot of fucking time on.
I did.
That's why I want to lead off with that one.
Yeah, and I've everything is custom tooled. The technology is custom to the Atlas. Nobody else has what we have. It's entirely unique, and it's also there's so many other features too I haven't even gotten to. But I'll just say this: the Atlas, the word Atlas, is one of the Greek words for map making, and as a brand, you always are trying to find things that line up. And I've never heard of a better synchronized name to product performance problem solved than the Atlas, because it is the true way for you to create a map of the golf course, to navigate through what club to hit, how hard to hit, and where to hit the ball.
Beautifully said. Let's move on. Golf bags. We've got 4 golf bags launched. Oh, by the way, the Atlas is going to launch in 2 different colors, white and black. Stay on our social medias. We're probably going to be releasing a couple cool videos soon. Very sick. Golf bags. Golf bags are a big thing that we want to get into. Again, golf bags, one of those things, it's not niche. Every golfer has a fucking golf bag. Right. So there's no reason not to get involved in that market. So we want to do 4 different golf bags. We have the Valona, the Kentry, the Hydrolite, and the Carbon Max. Start with the Valona. Valona is going to be our walker bag, that little bag that, maybe 5 to 6 clubs in. Probably weighs about 2 to 3 pounds.
I think you can fit up to about 10 clubs in there if you stack.
You really jammed them.
Yeah, but you almost don't. I don't know if you really want to.
That kind of defeats the purpose of it.
It does, but man, that bag is so light. It's crazy.
It's light. Very cool feature about it. It's going to have a ambidextrous handle, so you're going to be able and straps, so you're going to be able to configure exactly how you want to walk the course, which is awesome. You're not going to be limited to anything. So the Valona, Josh, we sell push carts. Why do we want to bring on a walker bag?
Well, I think that what we're trying to do right now is we're basically trying to create, an opportunity for anyone and everyone to get involved with the brand. We're trying to breach that, hey, they're a push cart company, which I don't even really know that people say that about us. I think more than anything, people say, like, what if someone asks the question, what do they sell? They would say push cart company. But I would say more than not, our content has never been about push carts. You know what I mean? I think we've mostly ascended to being just a golf brand, content production, and overall just like medium products company.
I mean, some of our best videos that we've done so far have been us in golf carts on GoPros, which is funny. So kind of goes against that. But again, we're not trying to be a niche push cart company. We're trying to be a golf brand for everybody. That was the whole point of OMADA Golf.
Right.
OMADA means team.
The Tri-Light was our entrance.
Yes.
It's funny. There's a lot of companies out there too that you would hear about that started in one spot, and like when they really hit their stride, we're in a completely different spot. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So moving on from the Valona, it's going to be an awesome little walker bag. It's going to be sick. The Kentry is Kentry's my favorite of the golf bags so far. I like the slicker, smaller style bag. I like the Carbon Max. Carbon Max, one of those big bags. But the Kentry is my bread and butter. It's made of how do you pronounce this word?
Polyurethane leather.
Polyurethane leather, which is slick, smooth, and durable, which is the most important part. And so the Kentry is going to be sick.
The Kentry and the Carbon Max are completely handcrafted by the best golf bag makers in the world. And those bags are completely, like, those are designed to be absolutely stylish, elegant, and also just like absolutely, what was the word you used? Was it slick?
Slick.
They're slick bags because the material itself is this smooth premium leather, and it's just like to die for. The bag itself and the Kentry bag, which one of the things that I love about it is it totally looks different than all the other golf bags I've seen. Mm-hmm. It's so unique. It's not just like one of those boring ass gray or black bags or whatever. You know, right now there's 2 colors. Each bag, by the way, has 2 different colors to start. And then once we get some information back and we hopefully get some sales off of these golf bags, we're going to expand and do a whole bunch of different colors for each one. So that's something to look forward to on the golf bags if you like the way they look, but you're looking for a specific color. The Kentry is just a badass bag. It's lightweight, and it has that look to it. It's so sharp, and then it's just made of super high-quality material, like the highest quality materials that you can buy.
Yeah, and the Carbon Max, we might as well tackle that and save the Hydro for after this. But the Carbon Max kind of falls into that. It's similar to the Kentry, but it's just soup to the nuts. It's a few more features on it. It's got this magnetic front pouch. It has carbon fiber legs, hence the name Carbon Max. But it's got that
solid carbon fiber legs.
Yes.
Which is, there's a difference because like sometimes people say carbon fiber and it's wrapped in carbon fiber, which is like kind of creates a shell on an item of carbon fiber. The legs on the Carbon Max are completely solid carbon fiber, which is a big difference in strength and durability. These things are fucking powerful.
I mean, I can't tell you how many bags I've gone through that the legs are the first things to go, and it's like, fuck. It's like, because you pretty much need to get a whole new bag once your legs break, unless you can find a way to replace them or fix them, but you never can.
And as big as the Carbon Max is, Kaluch, it's not that big of a bag.
It's not a cart bag.
It's a stand bag, so it's not even a cart bag.
It's not a cart bag. It's
I'd
just
say
got
it's
a little
like
bit of a fatter ass, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it comes down to.
They're all like pretty light, and they're all compatible, minus the Valona. They're all compatible with an OMADA Golf push cart.
Exactly. And then we come to the Hydro Light. And now this is where we get a little techie with our golf bag. And the Hydro Light, as you can guess from the word hydro, is going to be completely waterproof. And now this is something that a lot of our products, we talk about waterproof this, waterproof that. That's what we want to do with at least one of our golf bags. Because, I mean, you don't want to ruin your shit. You don't want to ruin your clubs. You don't want to ruin your bag. You don't want to ruin the material of the bag. You want your bag to last a long time. That's the whole point. That's why you pay a high ticket price for a golf bag. And that's where the Hydro Light comes in. It's going to be completely waterproof with heat sealed, water resistant zippers as well. So nothing on the inside of your bag is going to get hurt. The material of the bag is not going to get hurt from rain. And the Hydro Light is going to be freaking awesome.
Every single pocket on the Hydro Light is completely waterproof. So basically, when he says heat sealed, all these things that we've been talking about are literally parts of the process that I learned in manufacturing with new partners and stuff. And it's been a crazy roller coaster ride. But like learning about that, the reason that the Hydro Light is going to be on the higher end of costs along with the Kentry and the Carbon Max is because the materials themselves are the best you can buy. Mm-hmm. Like the Carbon Max, like in cost is outrageous. I mean, we spared no expense on developing a bag that basically is going to last you a long time, but then have every single function and look badass. There's no other mentality behind it other than to go, we don't want to be an elitist brand, but what we want to do is build products that we think are just like the best they can be. And building a golf bag that's cheap for retail shelves is not what OMADA Golf is about, and not what we're going to do. We are going to make, we will come out with bags, hopefully down not long from now out, that'll be more cost effective and whatever. But to start, we figured let's go all in and make the best bags we can make. And the Hydro Light, all those heat sealed pockets, that's a really insane process to do because they literally, think about it. When you design the golf bag, those pockets, they have to get the rubber mold, put it on each pocket, and then have a very isolated production process where they're heat treating that to seal with the bag. And if they fuck a seal up, if even just one little microbial air pocket finds itself in those things, when they do their testing, it doesn't work. So the design has to be perfect, and it takes a long time to do that process. That's one of the biggest difficulties with that bag and why it's so expensive.
Yes, but it will be freaking awesome because now it's on the way. The bags are on the way.
Right.
So we are very excited about the bags. Cooler.
Fuck. Wait. I have more.
All right. Let's keep going.
Okay. Last thing about the golf bags. All three of the bigger golf bags, they have this strap system that I'm calling the Easy Grab. Is it the Easy Grab? Easy Grab.
Easy. Fuck.
I think I'm just calling the Easy Straps.
Easy Straps.
Spelled EZ. So the Easy Straps, the way it works is basically you have like a male and a female that slide in together. So like it sounds stupid, but if you're using a push cart, I've never been able to take the straps off of my bag quickly. But now, literally, if you're using a push cart, putting it on a golf cart, and you're like not far from the golf cart, you drive it up to your car. Instead of taking your straps out and getting them all dirty, or even worse, like basically having them get damaged or anything like that, or like when you're getting into your bag, trying to get to your accessories and whatnot, having them dangle in front of you and piss you off, you actually can take them off in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's such a cool feature.
Which is, again, one of those like dumb little features that once you see it for the first time, you're like, okay, that's awesome.
Changes everything.
It's amazing.
Right.
Like you wouldn't think about things like that until you just see it.
Yeah.
And that's why we get excited talking about it. Moving on to the cooler. Smaller product. I think it's something that we wanted to do for the push cart because a lot of the push carts have cooler accessories on them. But of course, we weren't just going to do a stupid cooler. We have to do a sick-ass cooler. So that's why we're coming out with almost like a Yeti technology style cooler. It's going to keep your ice in there for 48 hours. It's not going to be too big so that you're lugging around this whole big thing the whole day. You're going to fit the drinks that you need for the round. And even if you don't want to use it golfing, use it anywhere. I used it, went to the Patriots game with my whole family, and I frickin' packed the cooler. I took our production sample, and I wanted to test it, see if it could work for a tailgate, and my God, it did.
Right.
It was perfect.
The cool thing about this cooler is made by one of the manufacturers that makes Yeti coolers. So the technology is proven to be the best in the world. And the craftsmanship. What's cool about it is that we're going to price it more effectively than they do. And then in addition to that, you'll be able to strap it up to your push cart, no problem, anywhere you go, put it in your golf cart. But then like Andrew said, the best part is that cooler is, if you buy the one cooler, like there's a lot of coolers out there that will sell like a Yeti cooler or something. They can, you can use it on the beach and go to a picnic, but you would never be able to use it in tandem with your push cart or in golf. I mean, I guess you could hypothetically use it in golf, but why not just buy the one cooler that fits your golf push cart? And also, if you ever intend on walking or do walk, and then in addition, you can put it in your golf cart. And then even further than that, you can use it in any of your tailgate, go to the beach. It's all waterproof.
Picnic.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So it's a badass little product. And we will come out. We have another one that we're designing as well that isn't as extreme. That's just like a more basic cooler, to fit the push cart and whatnot. But it's a little less exciting for us, because
we're about the excitement.
Yeah. It's the best that a cooler could be.
Yes. And then we're going to wrap it up with the hats. The hats are something I've been wearing this freaking hat on the podcast for months now. And every time we post a clip, we get a couple friends say, where the fuck, like, drop the hats, release the hats, blah, 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 the fucking hats. The hats are on the way. They should be landing probably within the next week or two. And then it's going to take a few days to process them and get them up on the website. But once we're almost there. We are literally within a couple of weeks of selling some freaking amazing hats. Now, Josh, what makes these hats so special?
Well, these hats are not just your ordinary hats, as you can imagine, based off of the current conversation that we've been having.
Based on the last 20 minutes, you can imagine we were not going to make an ordinary hat.
Yeah, these hats, they're completely unique in that they are also basically waterproof. Water really in the past, unlike a standard hat, not in the past, in the present as well, but in a normal hat, can destroy the hat. So salt water, dirt from just literally in the water and whatnot. All those things impact a normal hat. Our hat has, it has basically a filament. It doesn't change anything about the appearance, but it's almost like an invisible filament and like a cover. So I don't even know how to describe what the process is, but they basically coat it in this waterproof material that it almost is absorbed into the material that makes it water resistant. So like if water does get on the hat, it does like shield the seepage. Like your head will stay drier than whatever the hat is almost on the outside. But more importantly is that those sweat marks that we all fucking hate and that destroy hats and that hats never come back from, these hats do not produce those sweat marks. And you can tell if you look at Colucci's hat, he's used that to do all kinds of things in hot weather.
I work out in the hat.
Works out in the hat, goes to the beach in the hat, does all these crazy things. It comes at a higher price point in cost and in cost to us, and also the consumer. But the crazy thing about it is you buy one and it can last you years.
It's about longevity. Yeah. I literally I've been started my gym exercise again, and I have been wearing this at the gym, and no sweat marks, nothing. It's amazing.
And that headband in there, Andrew, that's an antibacterial moisture wicking headband.
Exactly.
So that thing is fucking awesome, dude. And also the hat it's air ventilated, so like all the different holes on the hat create ventilation so that it's not hot. It's not a hat that you would get hot wearing. And lastly, I'll say, because honestly, the hats are just going to be fucking badass. There's 35 different designs on those hats. So like there's 35 different types of hats you can buy with different variations of logos, where they are, colors, all these different things. And that also is going to expand hopefully tenfold if people enjoy them and are bought into the idea of, a more premium style hat. And then the last thing I'll say is that there are 3 models. There's the one that Andrew's wearing right now, which is it's like sort of a trucker 5-panel hat. Is it a 5-panel hat? No, I don't think it is.
I think this is trucker.
No. Are they 5 panels though?
I think this is 5-panel.
You have 1, 2 on the side, 3 on the other side. I don't know. I think it might be 4-panel because that front hat has 1 panel. Anyways, it's kind of a trucker style hat that has sort of a fine point on the front. You'd have to look at it, but it's badass. It's a really cool hat. And then we have a ball cap hat, standard like normal design that you might be used to. But again, like the logos and where they are and how it's functioned, and even like the design of the brim and all that is sort of customized. And then lastly, we have a rope hat, which I think it has all the water tech built into it, but it also just looks so sexy.
It's become a trend in the last few years in golf, is this rope. And of course we had to jump on that. And of course we also had to make it 10 times better, which we did. Yeah. So it's going to be awesome. And yes, they are going to be coming in a little bit of a higher price point, but trust me, it's the longevity. I can't tell you how many fucking stupid Patriots hats I've bought that cost me $45, $50, and then after like one season of wearing it, I'm like, this is in the trash.
And they end up smelling too. They got sweat stains all over them.
Yeah,
sayonara. They look like shit too. They also wear out really easily.
Yeah, so you get those stains.
And you know what's funny? So yesterday I was looking with I think it was Dan and Deb, 2 of the people that work with us. I was working with them on looking through it, and basically they went on to lids.com and they were like, Josh, you don't even know what hats go for nowadays, do you?
Fucked.
Andrew, we think we're on like this higher end of the spectrum of pricing, and granted we are, but dude, like a standard bullshit hat that wears out in a couple months and gets gross and nasty, and without all the technology built into it, is still costing like between $35 and $55, $60, $70, dude. Like I saw some of the like name brand not name brand, they had just had like a brand on it that people liked that were going for like $70, $80. I couldn't believe it on lids.com.
Yeah, something happened in the hat game recently. That just I don't get it. But like the standard nation hats are fucking crazy pricey.
Yeah.
But ours is gonna have tech in it. It's gonna be awesome. And so the hats are actually finally here, pretty much. So get ready for those. And that's about going to wrap up the, talking about the new products as we promised. We've been going for a while about that, but we are obviously very excited. Josh has been, flipping his schedule to work with manufacturers overseas so that we can get this going. And so that's why he is extremely excited about it, as he deserves to be. OMADA is about to launch into the next phase of our business. And I know this is T-Box Talk, but, T-Box Talk is fueled by OMADA Golf. And so that's where the connection is there. So it's just exciting times here. Exciting times. And if you have any closing remarks on anything?
The only thing I would say, with all these new products, we really are basically relaunching the brand.
Mm-hmm.
So like we have a whole new website that I don't know if it's just me because I've been so close to it and we've had so many issues in the past with this, but this new website is the final frontier for us. It's completely customizable, editable, and we can manage it so much better and keep it looking. And the look and the functionality of it is unmistakable. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, one thing they don't tell you about starting your own brand or company is web development will probably be the bane of your existence.
Yeah.
And there will be people out there that take advantage of you and fuck you over. And if you're listening, you know who you are. But it's web development is extremely important, and you got to make it easy for the customer. You know, half the reviews we have are website was easy to use, and those are the best reviews because that's when you know it's working. But now it's going to work even better because our new website, Josh has been working on it the last few weeks, and it's going to be sick.
It's a whole new company. It's not even a new brand or new products. It's a literal. It'll be like when a lizard sheds its skin and a whole new thing is born. That is what OMADA is. But we're shedding the old skin, and we are basically fitting into a whole new body. So I'm excited.
Very exciting stuff. All right, let's move on from products. Get back to normal routine here. But that was very fun. Weekend roundup, didn't do much. I just watched football. That's about it. Football. We had a great day at my friend's house. We bought a bunch of food, cooked meals throughout the day, and just watched all the divisional round games. It was epic, but I'll save my football opinions and talks for a few minutes from now. Josh, do anything crazy over the weekend?
Oh, man. Dude, I feel like not really.
Well, you should have come watch football with us, but I know
what am I saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I want to be honest with you. I just totally fucking blanked. I was not, my memory was like not there for a second. That was kind of weird. I'm not sure if AI has integrated itself. Oh, no. You know what? Not AI. I was going to say, I'm not sure if, what is it? From The Last of Us? The cyclones, or what are they called? Cordyceps. Not sure if the cordyceps have gotten into my bloodstream yet, but I was just like totally forgetting shit right there. We've talked about that?
Yes, The Last of Us.
Yeah. God, but the new episode came out.
Yeah, it's fucking
so honestly, dude, that shit was so much fun to watch. It's scary. I'm a little freaked. It does fuck my world up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, but.
Because like The Walking Dead never had a good answer for why the zombies were there.
Right, exactly.
The Last of Us told us what was going to happen, and then in the start of episode 2 they like start off by showing the start of the outbreak, and it's fucking scary.
Have you ever played the video game?
I played part of it when I had my PlayStation 4. It's only on PlayStation, so you can only
4 or 3 or
I played it on PlayStation 4.
Have they been out for a long? Because there's
a second game.
Right.
There's Last of Us 1, The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 2 got some heat for no fucking good reason, but it was fine. And then The Last of Us 1 is
because I watched
the Last of Us is held up as one of the best video games of all time.
Seriously.
In terms of first player story games. Yes.
Yeah, because I watched the
one player story games.
I did what you said, and I rewatched the video game cinematic entrance to the way it looks. And I like what they did, the comparison and all that. And the craziest part about it is that the game almost did a better job with what they like. If you consider what they had to work with and the fact that they were creating it all from scratch, they almost did a better job than the real fucking movie.
And that game came out years ago.
Right.
That's what doesn't make sense. Like, how did they do that? I have no idea. But that is why the game is more of like you're kind of like playing a movie. Like, you're still shooting the zombies and you're shooting the clickers and stuff. But it almost plays as a movie. It's a game that I know when you play Halo, you don't skip cutscenes. I know you enjoy.
Oh, I live for the cutscenes. I almost play the game to watch the cutscenes.
That's what The Last of Us is. Right. The Last of Us is you watch the cutscenes, but you're also playing the game.
So it's funny because even in human like if you look across all the forms of content we watch, what ends up being the winner of all of it ends up being storytelling.
Yeah.
Because if you look at all the best games, Gears of War, Halo,
The Last of Us.
You look at all these different games and you're like, I'm sure I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing one big game in there. What was
Assassin's Creed, I guess, built a huge thing off storytelling.
it? Skyrim? No, not no. What was not Skyrim?
Well, Skyrim and Fallout, they're not really.
What was the other
story.
Halo-like game though? That people Destiny. People no.
Man.
I never even played Destiny, so I don't know.
It was alright. It wasn't anything crazy.
There was one big. Modern Warfare.
Again, storytelling not really there.
That's totally not true.
The old Call of Duties had great campaigns.
Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2 had one of the best stories it ever played.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And Black Ops 1 with
Black Ops
Mason
1.
with the numbers and stuff.
And like zombie, you have to think too, like the zombies, the whole entire missions were all stories.
Yeah.
You know? So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so The Last of Us is freaking awesome. So you watched that over the weekend. That was great.
I did that, and then I built my new YouTube channel.
Yes, you did.
The start of it. I've actually, it's one of those things where I don't know if I want. Let me ask you this: do you think that when I create it, should I be asking people to support it and like entrance it, or should I keep it on the down low and let it be organically like reach?
I think
people?
you build it on the down low, and then once you're comfortable sharing it, or once you're comfortable telling people to start sharing it, then you share it.
It's a weird experience to be in front of the camera and like.
Yeah, I've tried Twitch streaming before. It's like tough. I can do this, but
right.
I don't know.
Like when we do it on golf stuff, like it's so organic. We're just doing stuff that we would normally be doing. The camera's rolling. Whereas like in a YouTube video, you're like structuring the story, the content, the punchlines, the inflex and stories.
It's almost, you don't want to be fake about it either.
No, you can't be.
You gotta be genuine.
I was so alone, dude, in this building. It was just me and no one was here. And then when I walked out, it was just pitch fucking black. And the lights aren't like,
the automatic lights. But anyways, weekend football, The Last of Us, YouTube channels. It was awesome. Good weekend. Good low-key weekend. Probably going to do it again this weekend. And then, we've talked a lot about golf stuff. We'll move on to the NFL playoffs. This weekend is championship weekend. It is the Bengals visiting the Chiefs. It's the 49ers visiting the Eagles in the AFC and NFC championship. I'm doing Bengals smoke the Chiefs.
Man, everybody's been saying that.
It's because Mahomes is hurt. He has a high ankle sprain.
Oh, right.
He's going to play probably because he's a psycho, and it's the conference championship game. You have to play. Because if you win this game, you get 2 weeks to relax to the Super Bowl.
I can't even believe we're not talking about the Bills right now. I can't believe it, Andrew.
Yeah, it was sad.
I look at that and I'm just like,
if you watched any of that game, they sucked. They went and tackle. They weren't running the right plays. They looked like.
What was the ending score of that game?
Bengals won by 17 points. So it's a 3-possession game.
Oh my God. Whew.
And it was a blizzard, not blizzard, but it was like a snowstorm the whole game. And you figure that's Buffalo.
That's Buffalo's creme de la creme.
That's how you win. Because most people would say you don't pass the ball in the snow, but I actually was listening to this Tom Brady interview where he said it's actually way easier to have a effective passing game in the snow
because the defenders are lagged.
The defenders, they can't rush you. The big defensive linemen, they can't get their step on to like rush the quarterback.
Right.
So you have like time. 5 to 7 seconds to throw every ball.
Oh, that's crazy.
You just freaking start slinging it.
Do quarterbacks they don't use gloves, do they?
Not all of them. There's some players who play with a glove on their right hand, but during a snow game, a lot of them will put the glove on.
They will.
Yeah. Well, it's tough because the gloves have those sticky substances. You don't want the ball to stick.
Right. I can't even imagine throwing a ball with a glove, but I just imagine like if he's saying you
freezing.
Right. I just remember like if you're playing in Buffalo and there's 10 feet of snow everywhere else outside of the stadium, and it's freezing. It's fucking 2 degrees out with a -10 wind chill. Like, how the fuck do you play and keep your hand hot enough to hold the ball, let alone throw it?
Yeah, but the Bills got bounced. They got embarrassed pretty much. And then on the other side, 49ers, they survive against Dallas. That was a good game. The Chiefs beat the
Jaguars. You don't think that San Fran? Oh, you're just saying the next tier. Who do you think's going to win it based off what you see right now?
I think it's going to be the Bengals are going to beat the Chiefs easily because I think Mahomes' injury is really bad and he's not going to be able to get mobile, and the Bengals actually have a great pass rush, so they're going to fucking kill him. And then 49ers, Eagles. I think the Eagles might be the best team in the NFL because they just absolutely embarrassed the Giants. But 49ers are my Super Bowl team. So, I got to go with the 49ers over
So
the
you
Eagles.
think that the 49ers are going to – oh, because you have your bet.
No, I haven't. I don't have
Oh, you
anything
haven't?
bet. I just want them to win.
Why do you want them to win so bad?
Their team has a bunch of swag. I love it.
Really?
Debo, C-Mac, Ayuk, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant.
Fuck Ayuk.
Your fantasy team sucked.
Ayuk scored no points in fantasy.
George Kittle's fucking awesome. I don't know. I like the 49ers. But this kid, the Mr. Irrelevant draft pick, Brock Purdy, rookie, has to go to Philly, which is a hostile environment. He has to go start Philly in prime time. So I don't know how that game's going to go. I hope the 49ers win. I think they will. I think it'll be an ugly game, and I think they will win. And I think the Bengals should smoke the Chiefs based on Mahomes' injury.
I would never, ever be as so stupid to count Mahomes out.
No, I know. He's a
Mahomes
beast.
might roll out
Dude,
there. If he was in a cast, Andrew, if he was in one of those boots that immobilizes his left leg or whatever ankle his sprain is on, and they shoot him up with some fucking bullshit or whatever, and he can only hobble around that field, he's still probably better than 80% of the quarterbacks out there.
Yeah, because a big thing with Mahomes is his arm is so strong, he can just like flick his wrist and throw it like 50 yards.
If his O-line is fucking on one.
He needs a few seconds.
Needs a few extra seconds. He's as much a threat as any quarterback in the league with basically one leg.
I mean, what was stunning is that he came back into the Jacksonville game and played the whole second. He didn't want to come out of the game. If you watch the video, his knee and ankle just like bend backwards because it gets landed on by some guy. The same injury Mac Jones had. And he played the next few snaps. He couldn't even hand the ball off. He was hopping on one leg to hand the ball off. Then Andy Reid pulls him. He's like, you got to go get checked out in the locker room or else you can't come back. And Mahomes like flung his helmet and jacket. He was so pissed off. He was like, all right, fine. And he runs to the locker room. They go to halftime. He comes out. He starts the second half, and he balled out. I mean, he did what he had to do to win the game, and they actually pretty easily defeated the Jaguars.
I was just going to say that if he had even one leg and actually had no use, like to the point where they like taped his leg up and he was on one leg, I still think he'd be better than at least 25 to 50% of the quarterbacks in the league.
But what all the doctors are saying about the high ankle sprain, and what my mom was telling me, my mom's a medical professional as well. What she was telling me was the high ankle sprain, it doesn't hurt that bad. It hurts bad in the moment. But what kills you is the next day and the week after because it completely swells up. And then you're kind of just fucked. So we'll see how the swelling is. He's going to play, I would assume. The line right now in the game is Bengals -2.5. So the Chiefs are underdogs at home in Arrowhead, which
that's crazy.
Doesn't make much sense. So that kind of points to Mahomes' injury. Will he play? Will he won't play? Who knows? But it should be a great weekend of football. I'm very excited. I still think 49ers going to the Super Bowl. Now I'll wrap up the football segment, and we are going to move in to the tech corner. Something that I've been excited to talk about because I know Josh is going to really like mine. And we are getting more and more details every day because we are, what is the date? I think we're like less than a couple weeks away from the release of Harry Potter's Hogwarts Legacy, the video game, which is a game that I have been waiting for years. Like as a kid, I always envisioned, what would it be like to be a student at Hogwarts? And I used to have that dream. And that dream is about to come true.
What would it be like to envision myself as a student at Hogwarts?
Yes. And I know you do the same. You fucking dress up as a wand. You dress up with a wand.
Andrew, I spent $150 on a fucking Harry Potter robe gown.
Wore it around hot as fuck Disney World.
My family has probably given $10 to $100,000 to Harry Potter World over the span of my life.
But Hogwarts Legacy, it's going to be a single-player game. No online bullshit. Just what I wanted. I wanted a single-player game where it's open world at the school. You're a student, and you have the choice to go every which direction. You can be an evil wizard and fucking kill people and torture people and do shit like that. You can be a good wizard and fight the evil wizards. You can choose what house you want to be in. There's the Fantastic Beasts are in the
I hate
movie.
Fantastic Beasts.
No, but like the monsters and animals and creatures.
They're in the world.
They're in the world. You can have your own like farm of them and like raise them and like
get out of here,
upgrade them and collect them.
Wow. Yeah. So you can be like Hagrid.
Yes, exactly.
That's so crazy.
So is
Hagrid in the game? Do you know?
I actually don't know if any Harry Potter characters are going to be in the game because I don't think it's technically Harry Potter's Hogwarts Legacy. I think it's just Hogwarts Legacy, the video game.
That can
Well,
go
it
one.
is Hogwarts, so it has to be licensed, right?
That can be, yeah. Oh, no, 100%. But that can be, well, but here's the thing. They could license, hypothetically, the ability to use Hogwarts in the world and the brands and stuff of, like, the houses. But in order to get Harry Potter involved with the game would be a whole other thing, right?
That's not going to, it's not going to be on the movie.
I would want it to be. I think it would be sick to be able to interact with Harry Potter, even if it was like an older version of him and Ron and Hermione.
Yeah.
But there's no way,
the
right?
game takes place before the events of Harry Potter. I'm actually not sure when the game takes place, to be honest with you. I'm just very excited. Now,
is there a story mode?
The whole game is a story mode. It's like an open world story mode.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Here's the catch. Is it's only releasing on next gen in February. It's not releasing on Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Maybe that'll be when I
have to wait till April.
Can you get next gen systems right now?
You can get the Series S pretty easily, which is like the dumbed down version of the Series X, but it's not really that dumbed down. You get half the storage and it's not as powerful, but you pay half the price. My view on it is that if you're going to spend the $250, you should spend the $500 and be set. Because I mean, dude, games are so this game is probably going to be well over 100 gigs. That's going to take up over a fifth of your storage.
Probably just do Klarna.
Klarna. Yeah.
Pay over 4.
But yeah, the next gen systems are easier to get now. So I think I would suggest just getting the beefed out Xbox Series S.
Definitely would make my life easier with video games. I mean, it's just like they do that bullshit. They did that in every system so far, dude, where they just make it. I mean, although I kind of get it a little bit because like it does.
This game was built for the next gen system. That's what it was built for.
Damn, you're really starting to convince me right now. And I got that feeling in my gut right now that I'm like,
go to Best Buy right after work.
I like might need to just get this done now. I didn't have that at all before.
When I impulse bought my Series X, it was when they were not available at all. And I just got the notification that I was available at Best Buy. I bought it without thinking. And then I went in the hole for a little bit. But then I was like, you know what? Worth it. Because now I play every night. I cherish it. It's the best thing.
But the thing for me is like my gameplay so far has not been impeded whatsoever.
No, I know. But with
Harry Potter.
Hogwarts Legacy coming out, like... This is that game because I know you're going to enjoy this.
Yeah. This is going to be...
So sack up and play it the way it's supposed to be.
No, can I play it with you? Do you know?
No, I think it's going to be single player.
That hinders me a little bit.
I enjoy that. I like that. This is a game I want to dive into.
You don't think there's going to be like... It's not going to be like Warcraft where you're able to like meet up with people?
Don't want that. That's going to create lagging and bullshit.
There's got to be... But like how about 2 different modes?
No, there's literally... I'm literally... 95% sure there's no online play in this game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
You might be able to compare stuff to your friends, but like on like leaderboards or like showing off your pets or something, but like there's
showing off your pets.
Or maybe there'll be some type of duel mode maybe between wizards, but
they got to have some online mode. Like you should be able to play Quidditch online for sure.
Quidditch will not be in the game.
What?
Because that would be they said like it would pretty much be its own game if it had to be Quidditch. Like if you put Quidditch in, that would pretty much Quidditch could be its own video game in general.
Oh, I don't know. That okay,
but
little bit.
But the thing is, now flying is in the game because you can fly like the dragons and shit. So like, will Quidditch be in the game? I don't know.
Because I know the broom. That's like
you can fly on the broom.
It's like the biggest part of the game so far from what I've seen.
So I can't imagine that you can't play Quidditch, but we'll see. Josh, what'd you got for Tech Corner?
Well, there were 2 things that I saw. There's this thing called CES, which is basically, I don't know what it stands for, but I know it's just like they bring a lot of new technologies in. Like there's a lot of weird ideas. Not all of it's like super corporate. A lot of it is like people who are just like creating different stuff. But there is a lot of like corporate stuff there. And I say corporate because it's like LG doing something versus like some kid coming up with an idea is totally different. But there were these 2 ideas that I saw in basically a recap of it. And obviously like there's the AI stuff that's crazy, how far that's getting as quickly as it is. But there's also these 2 little things I saw. There was one, which I'm sure in whatever clip this is being featured in, we'll have a video, but there's this one where basically they created a 3-dimensional room. It's a cube. And I believe it was LG or one of the bigger companies. One of the bigger like TV companies. They basically created a room that is a 3-dimensional TV, and you inside of it have a perspective that is someone who would be in what you're watching, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
So it's something I've never fucking thought about in my life. But imagine you're watching Star Wars, right? And in the beginning of the scene when they're in space and it's like all that shit, imagine that 360 degrees around your couch is basically space. And what's in front of you is actually what's happening in like the front frame, the key frame. And then literally if a ship is approaching that, instead of it being one-dimensional, the ship is coming from the side of you.
So you can like turn around.
Yeah, you can like look to the left and see like the Millennium Falcon like skirting by, and then like in the distance is the Death Star with fighters coming out to address it. It is their idea of basically visual immersion, and it's something I never ever thought about until I saw that's the way they filmed Mandalorian. They created the 3-dimensional dome that was powered by gaming. I think it was Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine
5 is what they're up to right now.
So that's a pretty cool thing. I'd love to just test that. I imagine that would be almost too powerful for like a continual use, because it would just be almost, I could see it being like a movie theater in someone's house.
I don't know if that would even be a house thing. I think that'd be something you have to go to.
Could be. Well, could be initially. And then
but the thing is, if there's multiple people watching, that would ruin it.
I don't think so. Because if you're, I don't think the floor is as relevant. I think it's like the floor is a visual thing, but I'm just saying like that's the trick about it, is like making content that orientates it in a way that you can still interact with it without it being cumbersome. So I would say like the floor might be space. Imagine that for a second though. You're sitting on a couch and you look down to the right of you, you look to the left of you, you look to the ceiling, and it's just, you're in the mass void of space. And then all of a sudden, all around you, a fucking Star Wars war is happening. It's probably one of the greatest immersive experiences you can ever have.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
It would change everything.
Now, do you need VR goggles?
No, that's the thing that's so crazy about it, is it's not about creating. It's because it's so 3-dimensional by the way the screen is set up on everywhere. You are the VR. It's just, it's meant to be a viewing experience. It's not meant to be like VR, you're supposed to be interactive with it. This is not that. This is like, hey, you like watching movies on a screen? Try watching it when you are the movie without actually doing anything. Probably would be like $1 million to build one of those, $2 million, $5 million to build.
Probably even more expensive to shoot a movie in that way.
But hey, that could be like a movie theater experience. That could be like the evolution of movie theaters. You don't know.
Yeah, that is very cool.
I did have one more if you want to. It's quick. Unless you
want
to.
Go for it. No, go for it.
They have this thing for VR we were just talking about.
Yeah. And
I wanted to share with everybody. It's like a mutt mask.
Yeah.
You like put it on your mouth and it mutes the sound of you screaming or talking. And it scared the fuck out of me because I was like, when they play it, you literally can't hear him screaming at the top of his lungs in the mask.
Yeah, I don't know why we're doing this.
But the thing is, and it's scary because it like almost traps you in VR. And I thought to myself, if there came a day where they had chips that were implanted and you were linking up to the VR and you had that mask on, you basically don't exist within reality.
It would be just like the Black Mirror episode where he puts the chip onto the side of his head and then they like kill him in the game, or he dies in real life. They trap him in the game and they put him in the ship. And then
right.
That was such a scary episode.
It's the one with the
where he traps the people in the game. And then they kind of reverse it, but then they're still stuck in the game. So they're like, fuck it. Like, we'll just live in the game world, but we're going to trap him too.
He's such a psycho, dude. That was crazy episode.
Fucking Landry from Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, Landry.
Scumbag, dude.
He plays a gnarly character and everything. He's in Breaking Bad, you know?
He shoots the kid in Breaking Bad. He shoots the kid who sees them doing the train heist thing.
Yeah, good memory. Do you see that in a short? YouTube short.
I did.
Yeah,
I recently
I saw
it. Yeah,
because I saw it too.
Yeah. But I still remembered it.
But there you go. So if you want to mute yourself while you're playing VR, you just can put that little dog mask thing on.
People are just doing anything to escape this current world.
Yeah, yeah. People hate life. to anybody that did listen to some of our product releases, and again, to everybody else that's been listening, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I feel like the support has been overwhelming over the last 3 years, and we've really built something that we're proud of and that we love. And to have everybody be a part of it, or anybody be a part of it, quite frankly, has been really special for us. So if you listen to the new product stuff, we hope to do you all proud, and we're really excited about it. And it's been years of work that have gone into it. So if you did listen, just wanted to say thank you. And of course, have a fantastic rest of your week. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
All right, that is going to wrap up T-Box Talk episode 40. We hope you enjoyed hearing about our new products and the kind of a slap-together episode because, Bagel has COVID right now. We hope all the best to Bagel. Hope he gets back soon and is stronger than ever. We had a lot of fun talking about the products. They are coming right around the corner, as we have already stated. Hop on our email list at omadagolf.com. Follow us on social media at OMADA Golf and at T-Box Talk Pod on both Instagram and TikTok. Check out our YouTube page, OMADA Golf, for full featured vidcast episodes, as well as some shorts that we've been pumping out that are getting great engagement that we love. And we're going to be doing some more creative content on YouTube as well, just because, we've had to put things on the back burner for product development. But now we're going to get back to doing some really cool stuff. So subscribe to us on YouTube at OMADA Golf. Thank you so much for listening to T-Box Talk. Josh, thank you for contributing to the episode. Bagel, get better soon. Everybody have a wonderful week.